What's up, everyone? I'm Peter Kim.
And I am Unji Kim.
And this is Two Kims, One Pod. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. What's up, YouTube? Speaking of YouTube, I've been getting a lot of love on YouTube / the IG from my appearance on Tiger Belly.
Oh, that's right. How'd it go?
Our brother pod, if we may. I don't think they think of us that way.
No.
But,
I think we're like long distance cousins that keep asking for money.
Yeah, that keep trying to come to the family reunions. That was really fun, and it was with David So, fellow Korean comedian, YouTuber, content creator extraordinaire, and yeah, it's been nice. It's been nice to get a lot of people like shouting out.
Like you're getting like subscribers to the YouTube. Your YouTube,
we're also getting subscribers, like to Kim's YouTube. They're like, found you from Tiger Belly, blah blah blah. So that's been nice. Thank you guys, and we appreciate the comments on our YouTube videos. That's what I was gonna even point out, because I have this shimmer thing going on, and only the YouTube folks really get what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
So
if you're just listening to us on audio, you are missing.
You're missing a lot of
a facet of this pod that you don't get to see how sad the dungeon I live in.
Yeah. Yours looks even sadder because you took down all the soundproofing stuff. What happened? You've been stripped of your throne.
I know, I've been stripped. We're in mid process of setting up another studio, so it looks more like an actual podcast studio.
It's in transition.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So we are currently, this is why. I mean, who knows if it'll ever get done. So this is what it is.
Okay. It's okay. We've gone through multiple iterations of our pod.
Yeah.
You guys, you're listening to 94th episode of Two Kims, One Pod. And before that, we did almost 300 episodes of Ajuma Show.
Yeah. And like that was when I was doing it in the closet over there on the other side of the room, when that was all like covered. And then I set up the office and then hit this, and then the self-tape studio, all of it. So bizarre.
Yeah. We're almost 8 years in now.
I know. Oh my God.
Incredible.
Right.
Incredible.
Yes. We've seen one Trump administration, a Biden administration, and then
it's about to be another Trump.
We're really experiencing
how was your
something.
Thanksgiving? What did you get into?
I hosted just a sad little our family and my parents, and then I got a Peking duck dinner from DuckDuckGo. It was great. It was incredible. My parents
they brought the bows and everything.
Yes.
The buns and everything?
Yes.
Oh, good. Oh,
pack everything. It was so good. It was so good. I mean, it is kind of unnerving to have
That's nice. That's a celebration, Peking duck.
Yeah, but it is also unnerving to have to chop the head of a duck.
You had to do the chopping?
It's a whole ass duck.
Because usually oh my God.
There's the bill.
I could have. No. Ugh. Yuck.
It's looking at you.
No, I can't. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And
you know what that reminds me of? Did you see that? Now I don't know what's real and what's TikTok, but did you see those that news out of Arkansas about those men who were working at the Butterball factory essaying the turkeys? Oh my God!
Wait. How do they? Was there a turkey who? Me too.
Turkeys.
So wait, was it
they're
another?
caught on video.
Okay, I was like, who's the turkey that spoke up? How brave? I was so what was it? I mean, wait, what? So it was on.
They were caught on video, on surveillance video, essaying the turkeys, not just essaying them, choking them to death, flinging them against a brick wall to kill them. Because their whole idea is that there's a billion of these Butterball turkeys running around, and they're all about to get killed in a machine to serve all these Americans. So why not decimate them ourselves and denigrate their bodies and souls?
The nihilism that is percolating.
What is wrong with men?
I mean, truly, it is.
Man,
something.
what's wrong? I know a lot of you on this platform, YouTube. What's happening?
What's happening? Just let.
Can someone explain that?
Just drop a comment. Let us.
No judgment. I just want to know.
We just want to know.
I'm just curious.
I mean, I'm raising a son. I gotta know.
You
I
gotta
gotta
know. Will
You
you
know?
ask him like why men do that?
I mean, he's all about Sigma being a big brain, Sigma big brains.
Okay, I don't know what that means, but
Exactly.
this feels like some like.
I mean, listen,
beta energy.
I've been obsessed with not raising a rapist, and now I gotta worry about this too.
You do. There's, when you're raising a man, there's never not a time to worry.
It's really wild. Like I
But
just,
you also are taking on a lot of responsibility for the man that he's about to become.
I should. What are you
You
talking about?
should.
Of course.
I know more moms should be like you. I don't understand moms these days. They're like, well, he was always like that. He was born a killer.
Wait,
Like what the fuck?
I mean, I will say like one of my objectives as the mother of a son, an
Uh-huh.
eventual man, my enemy. I will say that
He could be trans. He could be trans. He could be trans.
We-
He could be trans. We hope it. We
hope.
pray.
But like truly, like one of my objectives is so that in whatever number of years that there isn't a 30-something-year-old woman angry at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's coming no matter what.
No, I'm serious. Like there are some times.
No matter what, even if he's like not a killer and doing everything right, she'll probably be like, "He's not fucking me well, and that's your fault." You know what I mean? Like she's gonna.
I mean,
blame
that's what I
you.
mean. Like there are some times when my husband is so clueless that I get pissed at his mom. I'm like, where were you?
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to.
Who raised you?
Who raised you?
Who
And
raised
I know. Who
you
raised
want to be able to stand on your 10 toes down. Bitch, I raised this.
That's
I
right.
raised him. Yeah, that's right. HIM. He's him.
And he's putting away his socks.
I did that.
He's putting away his socks. He's helping around the house.
Yeah.
He understands the weight of
He's-
emotional labor. Okay.
He's asking for consent, honey. Okay?
I mean, yeah. Like I do that all the time. I'm like, stop touching me. Get off.
Gotta be rough. Gotta be rough being a mother of a son.
I mean, this is
Ooh.
why I will say one of the parts of being a parent that is unexpected, especially if you're someone who is predisposed to being a little depressivo, is
That's that you depressivo.
That's not me, depressivo.
Or
it's,
go harken back to that depressivo. Depressivo. And
Okay,
you're
we
welcome. And you're welcome. You're getting live music
That-
on the spot improvisational.
I mean, the best way we're not paying for that.
This ain't a studio.
No, we're not paying for that. We're just dropping this kind of hit after hit after hit.
Yeah, reference after reference, bitch. And that's what you tune in for, and that's what you come back for.
I mean, truly, like there is a part of like as a person who's predisposed to that, a thing that you don't realize as when you become a parent is that you do become an optimist. Like you are forced to become a little more optimistic. Like
You kind of have to.
I mean, truly, like I'm a bitch who loves to ruminate. Wallow, give me 4. Like I love that. And
Sulking, a master.
all day. Like you want. I mean, like a bed. I want to sink into it, but since becoming a mom, like I can't. I just can't. I'm not that
Right.
same bitch, and it really is sort of a surprise. Like you don't anticipate that. You think about you don't.
Maybe you had to like push another human out of you in order to wake up from your depression. Macro level, you're still depressed, but
And how?
in a bigger sense, like if you were never to be a mother, I think you'd be a worse person.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I also don't know if I would be.
100%.
I also don't know if I would have been ever started
Accepted
doing
by your community?
Yeah, I don't know if I would be a comic. I don't know if I would do comedy.
No,
Yeah,
I don't think so either.
yeah, because I'm just.
I
too,
think you would have been like, you would have still had bangs, and still worn like Coke bottle glasses,
absolutely.
and didn't tweeze. You know what I
No.
mean? Like, yeah, you would have been
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Unkempt, and I would have just absolutely just leaned into
the woman your husband married.
Yeah, like truly, like I don't know if I would have, because the thing about it is, it does help with the delusion, being optimistic. the delusion that is essential.
Yes, it is. That's why people keep talking about this positive thinking.
Manifesting.
Manifesting.
Manifesting is truly the most optimistic kind of thinking. It's also very capitalistic to think that
your dreams can come true.
Your dreams can come true.
To dream, perchance to sleep forever. Now, I would love to posit that to dream in the time of Trump 2.0 is radical,
brave,
courageous, without fear. Okay.
We're all wearing bikinis on the beach, and we are body positive. We are mind positive. We are spirit positive. I will say that something about at least this Thanksgiving that felt particularly sad. One, it is the Trump era, but it was very small. My parents did try to leave in the middle of Thanksgiving before the food was served. 피곤해. They just want to go home.
Because they're tired?
They're tired.
Because they've been there all day?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the food's not coming?
No, food's not coming.
And why was it not coming? Because the delivery was late, or were you late in putting it on the plate or cutting?
No, I was just trying to spend time with them.
And do what? Pray tell, do what? What did you in your 42-year-old ass think that you were going to do with your immigrant mom and dad who you never get along with? What did you think? Did you watch TV?
Yeah, I thought we were just going to hang out. We tried. Yeah, I tried.
Like a really game or something? Or
I tried to play a game. I had stuff ready.
Did you ask them questions?
Yes. I was we're going to do a puzzle.
Questions.
I had things
activities.
I had activities. I tried to do white people stuff, and...
No, this is where you went wrong.
I did. You're correct.
This is where you went wrong. You try to force white culture on them. I know what you did, because I do this exact thing to my mom. I'm like, let's go to a museum. And she's like, the fuck? Why? I'm like, don't you want to look at this modern art? She's like, oh, 피곤해. I'm tired.
Buy me something.
I don't want to look at no fucking...
Buy me something. Give me money.
Take me to an outlet.
I don't... Because you can't buy shit for retail. Because then they will complain.
Right, because you're wasting your money.
Now,
if you get a deal, they'll take anything.
So that would be the only way that they would have a good time, right? If I could orchestrate some sort of...
A spree.
and also organize or coordinate with the salespeople there. You're gonna.
This is why you are unhappy, and I am unhappy too with my family. Is that we are trying to change them?
Because we dream. We dare to dream.
We dare to dream because we are constantly changing, and
Absolutely.
we're looking back and saying, "Why can't you do as I do?" And therein lies the sadness.
Yeah.
Is that question. Why can't you be like me?
But dare to dream. I mean, at the very least. Can we watch a movie?
They're
can
like,
just
stop
relax?
Dreaming, wake up, and leave me alone.
Can we relax? Can you just sit down and can we watch a movie? Hang out with
Can watch a movie.
Can we watch a movie? I even tried to watch this there's this new A24 documentary about the Haenyeo, about the Haenyeo from the Jeju.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents are...
Isn't that crazy that we started our podcast talking about the Haenyeo?
Isn't it? And now they're
early
a cultural
Ajumma
thing.
days.
Yes, and now they're a
now
cultural
it's
thing.
an A24 movie. That is that's bonkers.
I mean, truly, it is.
Okay.
The people that are watching and tuning in, you are part of
the real OGs.
You are part of the elite. Okay,
Elite.
you're watching culture be made. So congratulations. We're not a part of the culture, but we are making it. Okay,
we're calling it forward.
We're not calling your daddy, but we are calling it forward.
No, your parents aren't watching a Haenyeo documentary made by A24 with subtitles and shit.
Yeah, I mean, what was wild is that my mom kept trying to translate to
your kids.
What was and I was had to explain to her it is subtitled. and I was like, you can't read it.
Yeah,
but they can.
They can.
So she was like, So confused. Oh, right. I mean, it was.
She's just trying to stay involved. My mom, I had to put on a Korean thing as well. The Culinary Class Wars on Netflix, and she thoroughly enjoyed that. That was one thing that she and I did together that I felt was we got there. She was interested in the cooking. I was very like, giving her my takes on techniques they were using. So we were bonding in that sort of like middle ground of food and food preparation. Because that is like adjacent to kimchi making.
Absolutely.
Her making kimchi for me.
Yes.
It's kind of within the same like tree or like same like knowledge base that she could tap into.
The Jang is Jung. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like truly, there's something there. Like, because my mom is the same thing. Like when we talk about food, absolutely, that's a connecting point.
Like she lights up about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Exactly. And my dad too. I mean, who doesn't want to talk about food? I mean, Asian people are crazy about food.
Yeah, and I think they, in a good way, I think they are probably like excited that they're like, I have something to add, because most of I bet, like you and me, like growing up the way we did our lives, they were probably frustrated for 42 years trying to relate to us.
Yes. I mean, my mom did once try to read a book.
Which one?
Catcher in the Rye.
No way. That's not the one.
She did. She tried.
She read it in Korean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did she say?
She not finish. And... but she did try, and it was when
she did not stay golden.
She did not stay golden. She stayed a phony. What's wild is that she did it when I was in college.
That's phenomenal. That your mom actually tried that.
She did try, because it was so clear. I mean, she was just like it. I mean, it must happen in other dysfunctional like immigrant households where the parent realizes what's happening. Like, I'm losing the grip on this child.
Yes.
Like, you know, we are not going to be close.
We're not communicating.
We have no common ground, and this isn't working out. Like, somewhere along the way,
she feels the breakup coming, and she's like, I got to get pregnant.
Yeah.
With this book.
Absolutely. So like she did really try. I mean, I did appreciate it.
She trapped your ass. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. She absolutely
Of course. That's so phenomenal.
Yeah.
You never told me that. That's really cool. And look at that. Like, I'm still learning something new about you after 8 years of fucking talking to you every goddamn week. That's special. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Talk about, going back to Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Like, I'm feeling really grateful this season. More than other years, I think.
Oh, yes. I
don't know why. Maybe I'm getting older.
I think it is because we're getting older.
More sentimental, as I get older.
Like I'm genuinely like and earnestly saying things like I'm grateful for my health.
Yeah, my mental health.
I mean, that's old ass shit to say.
That is fucking halmoni shit.
Yes, to be grateful for your health, like that is some old ass shit to say, and I do truly mean it, and that's how I knew. I like clocked it in myself. I was like, oh, I'm not just saying it. Like I do earnestly mean it. That's old.
Yeah,
that's old.
That's old. We're in our 40s, folks. Like you're tiptoeing on mortality, so it's ever present.
I will say it is nice to feel like genuine gratitude.
It is. Like, even yesterday, I went to the West Side Comedy Club to do a set, and usually I'm just kind of like, oh my God, to drive all the way to Santa Monica from where I live, it's like a journey.
Yes.
And then to go do 12 minutes and then come back. Like, it's just a lot of driving, But I got there, and I was just so grateful. It was a packed audience. It was like a Saturday after Thanksgiving, so it was like comedy hungry.
They were.
You know what I mean?
I mean, wait, how far is the drive?
Lives.
How far was the drive?
Thankfully there was no traffic, so I got there in 30 minutes.
Oh, okay. I drove out
easy
to.
breezy.
I drove out to Batavia, a town I didn't know existed, and it was an hour and 15.
in traffic or without?
In traffic. It was crazy traffic out
my
there.
God. Oh my God.
And the day before I had gone, because I did 4 shows at this club. I was featuring
At the Batavia Club?
Mm-hmm. It's called the
Wait,
Comedy
what's the name
Vault.
of the club?
Comedy
Vault.
Vault.
Yeah, Comedy
It's great.
Vault Batavia.
It's great.
I hear it's great.
It's absolutely great. I did not know.
You did 4 shows?
I did 4
in a row?
shows. Yeah,
you went back and forth every day, or did you stay out there?
I did. I stayed out for the 2 shows. So I did 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. I stayed out there, 7 and then the 9:30. So I was opening up for.
Staying out there?
No, I drove back Friday night and then drove back out on Saturday. But
oh, I see.
Yeah.
You went back and forth every night.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, who did you open for?
Moses Storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Love Moses.
Yeah, it was great. Very,
yeah.
very informative to watch.
Oh.
Him just do hour after hour after hour.
Yeah.
You know, it was sort of like watching you do it. Like, it's just very informative, and
What do you mean? Like about his health condition, or like what are you talking about informative?
like because the people that came out.
Because he has a condition. He talks
has a
about
condition?
it, right?
What do you mean?
Oh, he's sick.
He's sick?
Oh, he doesn't talk about it in his hour?
No.
Oh, he's doing sets in LA about being sick. That's interesting. That's informative.
What's this? What?
He has like a terminal sickness. Yeah.
What is it?
It's some kind of blood thing. I
He
don't
is
know.
not. He did not talk about it.
Yeah, or cancer, something like he's going through like treatment, which is why he's so bloated.
That's wild.
You know, he's dating Eric's ex.
Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why he had me feature for him.
Because you're friends with Sarah?
Yes.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. I didn't know you knew Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
We're like, because of Sayo, and they're like improv people.
Oh.
Sorry,
so
this is like kind of boring for you guys, but like, I know
No,
he
it's
did
not. They love it.
He did not talk about it. So it was just very informative.
Oh,
because
interesting. Okay.
Because at the end of the day, he is very famous, right? He has a HBO special. He has been on television. But this crowd that came out did not know him. Like they came out to see comedy, and in the same way that the audience at the Improv in Schaumburg also hadn't come out to see you necessarily, right? And on paper, there is no world in which if any of them had known anything more or were like seeking out comedy, would have been like, this is the person I want to go see, right? Like if just like on paper, not having actually even heard any of your material, just like on paper.
Yeah.
And just watching both of you convince them
that you're here for me?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he's really good.
He's really good. And
he's very charming.
He's very charming
fast and smart. He's also like very theatrical.
In the way that he's bringing people in and on board is so warm, even though it doesn't feel that way.
Yes. Okay, I know what you're saying.
Like it's one of those things where
he's got preacher vibes.
Because it's not like
he grew up in a cult.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, that's the stuff that he talked. But like, truly, it's one of those things where you feel smart for getting him. You know, like you feel like
you're smart,
and you feel like in on it and stuff. And it's not like that kind of warmth where you are enveloped in this sort of like, because he's so friendly. Yeah. It's more like, he's bringing you on board because you're getting it, and like you feel like you're in on it.
You feel good about yourself. He's making the audience feel more confident.
Absolutely. And like, and you're sharing in this moment, and it was just so interesting. It was just, that's what I mean. It was very informative. And, like I did 20s.
How did your sets go?
Like you were saying, like I drove out there. The first night I clocked, like I checked the Google Maps, and it said it was going to be 55 minutes. So I left an hour and like 20 minutes early, right? I got on the road, and then it said it's going to be an hour and 15. So I made it right before set. Okay, so the second night, I'm like, okay, learned a lesson. So I leave an hour and 40 minutes, right? I get on the road and it's now an hour and 20 minutes.
Oh my! When was this?
Saturday, at 5:30 or whatever.
Oh my god!
So I left earlier, and then it still was like I barely made it, and I also missed an exit the second time out there. Missed 3 exits because I was so nervous about missing.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So like it was horrible.
But you made it.
I made it.
Okay.
And both.
And it's Batavia. Whatever. They'll wait.
No,
There's a host, right?
Yeah, there's a host, all the
Yeah.
stuff, but still, like, you know, I hate that. And then, the sets were great. Like you were saying, like I was so grateful. And after the first set, I like leaning into it, and you know, with having gratitude, like it's kind of impossible to have a bad set.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if you're there and you're grateful and you're sharing the moment with the people, there isn't, even if you're not killing, it's still feels
Doesn't
good.
matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was very, very grateful for that. Yeah. So I was wondering, like, you know, when you're saying,
nice.
yeah,
That's nice. Yeah. I experienced that this weekend too. It's worth the driving. It's worth people coming out and being like, yes, I want to be here. I want to laugh. And us being able to deliver that, you know, it's like pretty special.
I mean, doing 20s, so like I really got to stretch, because I like did sort of like whole new chunks inside of each of the 20s, and I feel like I got, like, there really is so much truth to just having that time, being able to do time, because of the way that like
there's no other thing.
There is no other thing.
Yeah.
And so like I would say by the end, the last show on Saturday was
killer.
So fun.
Yes. Oh my god, I love that.
Like I got a whole little new chunk of stuff that I literally like kind of thought about it in the car ride out there. About how my husband is like a Criterion Collection guy, and you know, I've talked about it before, and it's just like never worked out, but like I kind of figured out like a new movie and a new take, and ended it with like a new Paddington 2 thing.
Oh, okay.
And it just like operated in a way that, again, I wouldn't have been able to figure out in a 10-minute set. I never would have been able to get there.
You had more room to breathe, and your brain got to do other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, there's no way.
There's no other way to do it right on stage like that.
I mean, it was so fun, and yeah, and then getting to watch, and then also like having a new club, and the club was good. The audience was so well trained. I mean, how about this? It is a very suburban place. It felt way less suburban than the Improv, like the audience.
Oh, interesting. Cool. Oh, that's so surprising and nice.
That's what I mean. Like they were
that's
out
cool.
here. It wasn't just like a thing that, because they had to come to the show, because it's a only thing that's nightlife that's on that strip.
Oh wow.
So it's comedy people.
Right.
It's not just like a thing to do that's close to the mall. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's special. I love that.
I mean, it was a great club, great staff, all of it. Like everyone's into the comedy of it. And
how big was the club?
I think it seats 130.
That's really great.
I know.
That's really great.
And the woman,
that 150 to 300 is like my sweet spot.
It's really
like ETC was 240. Perfect. And the low ceilings, you know, it's just like you want it to be raucous. You want it to feel like you're doing something wrong. Like I imagine like in the late 50s, 60s, like when girls went to go see Elvis.
Yes. And
that's
he moved
what
his
I want.
Pelvis, yeah.
Yes, shaking it, just gyrating back and forth, the movements, and people are just like, oh. Like that's what I wanted to feel like. And that's kind of what it felt like last night. There was 3 gays on the lineup last night, and I was the 3rd gay to go up.
Okay.
And it was like gays I know, and we were joking about how like I had the
that's
worst
gonna be the name of my next podcast. Gays I know.
gays I know. Gays I know and hate. One and the same. I love these gays, Zach Noy Towers and MK Paulson, LA gays. And we were all joking about how like, oh, this is gonna be a shit show because we're all gonna do the same material. But Zach got to go first, so he's like doing all the gay material.
Sure.
And then MK went up, and thankfully MK went up and did some gay jokes, but like a lot of just like nonsense stuff, which is great. And then I went up and I was like, well, I'm not going to step on any more gay themes.
Sure.
It's as if you like 3 Koreans went up, you know?
Yeah.
Like 3 queer Koreans went up. So like I ended up just mostly doing a couple of jokes and mostly doing crowd work. And it was so electric. It was so it felt, talk about in the room, like, it felt so good. It was one of those moments where I was like, they lit me twice. And if I was just a little more of an egomaniac / was more successful, I would have ran time. Like, I would have stretched. Like, there was a moment where I was like, I could sit here for a while.
I mean, this is how we are fundamentally different. I got lit twice too, and after the second time I got lit, I literally was like, "Oh my god, get off stage!" Like, you gotta go. Oh my god, what are you doing?
You're running the light.
I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And they're never gonna have me back. Like, it's immediately like, oh god, no one wants me here. Like, I'm fucking up. But because like the same impulse was keeping me up there, right? Like,
yeah,
I'm there. You're in the pocket. You're kind of feeling the rhythm. So it's like, you understand that you're running out of time, but also there's like, because there's more
time is a construct, like, you know what I mean, like,
and
when it's over, when the audience tells me it's over.
And
but that's like the worst part of like watching a jam band or something like that, where it's just like, okay, we get it, like, you're going too long. But it did feel invigorating to feel that again in stand-up, where especially in LA, there's so many times I do sets and I'm just kind of like, all right, well, worked it out. Go back, get the Wendy's and go back home. That's really. But it's rare to do these sets and be like, "Fuck, I want another one." Like, I felt like I was like when the set is so good, and when the showcase set is so good, which it's like usually 10 to 15 minutes, and when usually if that's so good, like, you're like, it's like an addict, like, you want the next hit.
I mean, yes, it's very
in a
specific.
City like Chicago, you
yes.
can do something like that. If you have a lot of friends to run shows, you could drop in and be like, can I just squeeze in 5 minutes or whatever, if you're like feeling hot.
I mean, it's like it's a crack like whip it high, like, where it's like so intense and like and then you're gone. Then you gotta go, like, the second you come down, you're like,
look for
next.
It again. Yeah.
There's
where else? Who else?
I mean, truly, because the refractory period on it is small. Like, you're ready to
Fast.
go again.
Yeah.
It's
it is a quick dry nut.
Yes. I mean, it's like you're 13. You're like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. Nothing's gonna stop me except for my personality.
And looks and station in life, and so
and my acne,
some of my circumstances, but like a lot of things holding you back. But I mean, it is something about it. Absolutely, like, especially when, I will say, I think in the last couple of months, I have noticed that audiences are changing, especially like good rooms. I feel like
audience is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yeah,
I've been seeing that. I wonder,
like, they've
what
been
that
trained
is.
in another way. Like, everyone gets, because comics have been like bitching about crowd work and all this stuff. And also, if you enjoy comedy and you've seen the disruption, that it can cause, and there is like a sort of, like, everyone is tacitly being like, let's just chill.
Interesting.
Like,
let's pull back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need
that.
this. Because
for
the
y'all.
people that
Thank
want
you.
to, yes, because the people that want to come out and be the star of the show, they've they've already gotten drunk and done it.
Yeah.
You know,
They got their moments.
because there was
Yeah.
there was a guy that at the Late Show who was like definitely like one of those guys, but he was really just trying to have fun. You
Right.
know, it was not seeking like he it was the perfect. He was the perfect front row guy.
He was giving you energy.
Yes, because he
How
was
about
having a
that?
great time, laughing.
And it
Like,
made you have a better time on stage because of it.
absolutely, because he's having a good time. Because I started ribbing these like 23-year-old guys that were in the front row who looked upset. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like they're wearing hats inside. It's dark. It's 9:30. Like, come on, guys. It's Saturday night. Like, I understand that you're
Loosen
hanging out
up your
with
buttons, babe.
truly, like, I understand you're hanging out with like 3 of your guy friends who all look equally as unhappy, but come on. And so like having those guys be able to like rib and like watching them loosen up because that guy is having a great time. He's letting me rib him. It's like all feeling like in the family, less confrontational, less like me against you.
Yeah.
And I have noticed that it's gotten better. Like outside of the weird political stuff sometimes that's coming up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like people are yelling Trump?
Like adjacent ish.
I've been taking a kind of a surprising approach to the political stuff. As in,
Pro MAGA.
not full, but
Peter, same.
I'm just kind of joking around a little more and
Yeah.
like feeling a little bit more like, hey, we're joking. We're having fun. And I think that's maybe being received a little better by the audience and being like, oh, we're joking. Like, I'm not coming from an angry place. I'm coming from a joking place.
Yes.
Whereas,
it
like,
is, yeah.
the first Trump, I was, like, making points. You know?
I mean, I was much more
Because I think
afraid.
I was angry.
Oh, absolutely.
And I was upset and afraid. Like, I'm less angry, upset, and afraid this time around. I don't know what it is. It's way worse, but I think I'm just more dead to it.
I absolutely agree. And I will say, I think that I've noticed it actually puts me in a position where I feel like I'm connecting
A better comic?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, me
because of
too.
it.
Yeah.
And-
'Cause
and-
I'm not angry at them. I'm just like, hey, I don't know what the fuck, and this is what I think is funny. You know, and they seem to like the fact that I'm not there
Preaching.
to divide.
Right.
Yeah. Which
'Cause
is
at the-
duh. Obviously, you don't want to come to a fucking show and be
Of course.
preach
But-
that.
But also, like, at the end of the day, I am realizing that the best point is made by being funny.
Funny. That's
And-
it.
And
that
then-
that inherently tells you what the point of view of the room is. You know, like if you can be funny, that's the point of view of the room.
I mean, I find
You
it
know?
harder actually to do some of my material right now in super liberal rooms. Because they're
Same.
so upset.
They're stuck up. They're
'Cause
so upset.
They're so upset. And
And I'm like, girl, you need to unclench. Take off that blue bracelet, honey.
take off the pussy hat.
Yeah, come down to earth and let's figure this out, okay? Because I get that you're hurt, but we're moving on, and you're
you're
still
not
hurt.
changing minds. Like, I do think at the end of the day, having someone like be surprised at the way that they're empathizing with you, a person
Yeah.
who they, for all intents and purposes, disagree with, right?
Yes.
In the fact that they can have a moment of empathy with you and laugh, like, I think that's they may not walk out being like, oh, you know, blah blah blah. Like, I have a different attitude about trans bathrooms and like trans people in sports, but you know, like,
They're like, because I knew you, I have been changed.
that's what I mean. Like,
for
that
good.
sort of
They're not going to sing that.
No.
because that's Act 2, and they haven't watched Act 1 yet.
But you know, like, it's just that I feel like is closer to getting there.
What we're trying to get there. Yeah.
Yes.
And that comes from the person, i.e. the comics, state.
For
their
sure.
state of mind. You know, like, that's where it has to come from. And, like, I think I'm just at a better state of mind this time around.
Because the first time was such a shock.
For many reasons.
The first time was such a shock.
Exactly. It's such a shock, and I'm not going to be caught like that again.
With my pants down again?
No.
No.
And I
wearing
think some of
leggings,
us
honey.
were.
No, never
and
wearing
I
a
think
belt
that's
again.
the,
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's like the residual post-trauma that people are in. But, like, I'm just not in it. And I want to get mine and move on. Like, I really do.
Yeah.
And this has really... We've been joking, like, comics last night in the green room, we're joking about how, like, Trump's going to be the best thing for our comedy careers now. And not so jokingly, it's true, I think. In that, like, it's a little more fertile for comedy when something's fucked up.
Sure. You're talking about, like, premise and material-wise.
Yeah, and, like, overall, like, culture-wise. Like, the culture of American comedy, I think, is better when there's things to fight about. You know what I mean? Like, it's strange to say this, but, like, likening it back to, like, the archetype of the heel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's funnier when there is a heel that you want to, you know, like it. That, you know, it's not as fun when the hero's just being good. Like, there's just no fun in it. There's no, like, twist to it. Like, and I think Trump is the ultimate heel.
Oh, absolutely,
And
yeah.
yes, things will get fucked up. I'm not saying it won't, but I'm just trying to concentrate on the good parts of the fucked up, because comedy is gonna, like, I think, soar. I think we're gonna see R-rated movies again.
I do.
I
okay,
really do.
So,
I think the $30 million comedy movie is coming back.
I mean, like, so crazy. I'm going to tell you this off.
Off pod?
Yeah, but
the Patreon.
because I absolutely think so as well. I do also. I will say that, like, this is more evidence of, you know, how Dems are actually for artists, insofar as the fact that they keep losing.
Keeps us alive.
Keeps us alive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's almost like they are doing it intentionally.
You read The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron a couple times?
Like, they keep like learning no lessons, but are they?
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like there is something. I wonder if that there is something to it. Absolutely. I also think that there is the culture writ large, right? The version of it we see on the news and in politics and on Capitol Hill and in movies, and then there is a reality.
Yeah.
Right.
And the reality is much starker, and we need to start from there.
Yeah.
We can't start from Hollywood America. Then we're all losing. You know what I mean? Where, like, every color of the rainbow is, like, lifted up in Barbie. You know, like, that's the dream.
Sure.
But that's not what we are.
I mean,
we need
like,
to watch more documentaries.
I mean, like, that's it's like, do we need to have, like, perfect, like DEI writers' rooms for every single $30 million movie? Or, you know,
No, there's no writer's room for movies anyway.
I mean, everyone is doing a prank show. So, like, it's...
Or a food show. Or something in between.
We're all doing reality. We're living in it. So, like, no one's writing anything. But, you know, it's just like...
I would love to do reality every day. Like, just do panel shows all day. I told you, I grew up on those Korean panel shows, those, like, variety shows. I just want to fucking talk and goof off. Like, let me just do that.
To me, the culture of the UK, the panel show is... I mean,
beautiful.
also, like, the Korean version
Korean.
of it. Absolutely. Yes.
That's my dream.
That
my
is.
God. 2025. I'm going to put it out into the air. You guys, this is going to be a time capsule. You get to go back to this episode 94, and be like, damn, he manifested from that.
And you're going to say,
gonna
like,
be
wow,
working
he
for
is
you.
so positive, even though there is nothing
The-
to say that this was going to pan out. Nothing in his life would seem to indicate that this is going to pan out. And it's the same thing, you know, here when I imagine and I dream, I'm being positive, I'm manifesting. And again, you're going to look at this moment and you're like, why? She's in a basement. She's wearing a coat because the heat doesn't work. Like
Her
what?
Wi-Fi keeps going out. Why would you still dream? Just quit.
I would tell you. Knee.
Knee.
Keep believing. Don't stop. Hey, can I wait? So before we go, I do want to ask you a question about very
Please.
specifically Thanksgiving.
Okay.
What is your rule about leftovers? Like not just Thanksgiving, but
Rule.
general.
General rule about the leftovers?
Like if
Like who can eat it?
no, like
How long can it be in the fridge?
and what do you consider a leftover? Like if it is on someone's plate and it's been there, will you take that as a leftover? Or are you only taking from the shared pile?
If it was on someone's plate and they didn't finish eating it,
Mm-hmm.
that's never happened in my household. If it does happen because a guest is over, I throw that in the trash.
But
That's
it's never
not-
happened.
No. Not that I'm aware of. I eat everything.
You're a
That's
good
on my
boy.
plate.
You're a good boy. You're a
I'm
good
a good
boy.
boy, and my mom will live forever.
Because like it's truly, I'm like of that opinion. But also it depends on the food, I guess. You know, I was thinking about it. There's so much like Korean food that like you don't even have to refrigerate. Like think about like all the chang. Like you just like my mom would just leave in the pot on the stove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we don't. She
Yeah.
doesn't even put it in the fridge. Like it's just fine. Why?
Yeah. Why is that?
Why- I
is
mean-
Chang like that?
Or like even a cook. Like my mom will leave. Like it depends on the
On what kind of cook?
Yeah, but like usually, like even that, I don't know. It's I just have
I
a
don't
different
think
attitude.
that's
about it.
normal. We keep cook in the fridge and Chang in the fridge too. So like I don't
Okay.
know what you guys are doing.
Okay,
now.
fancy.
That's odd.
Okay,
That's odd.
okay, fancy. Okay, tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich.
Yeah, we're not from North Korea. Weird. Okay, we do
Yeah,
things.
you got a huge refrigerator.
Yeah, we have a separate one for our kimchi. Weird. No, I wish we had that.
I know, me too.
We have so much kimchi right now. It's stinking it up.
But I just don't.
Thank you, Mom. Thank you.
But I just like I don't think about because I was just considering it because I threw out some stuff and as I was pouring it into the garbage I was just like there was just something in me that was so deeply triggered and I was just remembering how littered my life and fridge has been with like tiny balls of foil that once you unfurl there's like one piece of garlic in there or like one nub of a scallion. You know what I mean? Of like a green onion nub or like
Yeah.
it's like just like I can't, you know, I don't live that way. But it's so like I just feel like such a deep like guilt about throwing things like that away.
Throwing stuff out.
But it's like
Yeah.
I'm talking about nubs of stuff.
Nubs of stuff. That's what's interesting to me because like if I'm down to a nub on a scallion, I'm not throwing that out or keeping it. I'm putting it in the thing I just chopped it for. You know what I mean? So like I don't have I cook and eat in a no leftover type of situation. Now if I do make large pots of things, so like if there's a kimchi jjigae and there's 4 people who ate, but I made it for 8 people, there's 4 servings left. I'm saving that in the fridge.
Okay.
Right? That's how I have leftovers. I cook in batch in bulk for the week. So I'll make pho
Yeah.
in a Instapot and I'll have that and dole it out per serving or per dinner, you know, and then cook the noodles immediately there. So the soup is like leftovers, but it's like being rationed out for the week.
Okay.
So I guess like we're perceiving leftovers differently.
I mean, I do that, like I for sure,
Yeah.
but I don't do that
Meal
as often.
planning.
Yeah, meal planning. But I'm talking
Yeah.
about like if you are, like, let's say you have takeout, you get takeout, and there's like a bin
Chinese
of some
food, let's
Chinese
say.
food, and like there's like those leftovers. Like there's sometimes when, like there was a period
There's
in my
like
life.
one shrimp left. Why?
I'll
Just eat the
it.
shrimp.
I'll eat it sometimes, but sometimes like it's like 2 or 3, right? So
2,
there's
3 shrimp. Okay, 2, 3 shrimp. You leave for you cook it up
Another
with some
day,
eggs
yeah.
in the morning. Yeah.
So
oh yeah.
But
I
like
do
if it's
that.
on someone's plate, like let's say it's on my child's plate, or like I don't.
If
I don't
it's
push.
within family, I'll collect it. If it's like me and Eric, and Eric has 2 shrimp left, that's
Yeah.
going in the
Communal.
communal thing. Now, if we had, I don't know, our friend over, and he left 2 shrimp, that shit is going into the garbage. I don't know where he's been,
Truth.
and I don't care. That's going into the garbage. I'm not eating that. If it touched your plate, that's yours. What you
Okay.
do with it is not my problem.
So this is the issue. I agree, absolutely agree with you. Like if it's touched someone's plate, even I would say my children.
Child.
Yeah, like because like there was a period in time when I was mostly eating like what was left over of my son's bib. Like I would eat the stuff that he didn't make it to his mouth, and that was be my meal.
What a sad life.
Just like scooping it out of his fucking bib.
And that's after he ruined your body.
Yes. Now he's ruining my spirit. And so so like I mean there's that, but like my husband for example this bitch I've come across Tupperwares with like things where there's clearly a bite taken out of it. And I'm like, what is this trauma? You know what I mean?
What do you mean a bite taken out of it? Like you saved like a piece of pizza and he bit like a piece of pizza and then put it back?
Yeah. I mean, I've had to stop him from taking shit out of the garbage.
Wait, what? Why is he taking shit out of the garbage?
Because I'll throw something away and he doesn't agree with that choice. He disagrees. He disagrees.
Oh.
And so now we're having...
Yeah, he needs to eat that then. He can't disagree and not do anything. He needs to help.
You need to eat this garbage.
Yeah, eat it before it becomes garbage.
So
Get it pre-garbage. Certified pre-garbage.
like, it's just like, because I mean, there's a part of it where I'm like, I understand, like, I get it. Like,
I get it.
I mean, we've all
I don't like
this.
to waste.
Yeah.
I also compost, so like I'm really not wasting. I'm trying.
Wow, you're composting.
Yeah, Chicago has to start recycling first.
Okay, yeah, I don't recycle. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's a personal responsibility. I think corporations should take accountability first. I'm not trying. I'm not even trying. Fuck that.
Yeah, but when
I'm not even crushing my cans. I'm leaving it full
bloated. She blows it out the ends just to make it worse. Yeah. We compost. I hate throwing stuff out, like bones. Like I'll make stock. Like I am like the most frugal when it comes to food. Because I like to slop cook. You know this.
Yeah.
Like I like to remix.
Yes.
Like there's something very enjoyable and titillating about taking something that no one wants, like leftovers, and then making it the main dish. Like that's just like my
I mean, to me that's like that. I am very, very similar. Like, and I think there's a part of it where it's almost like you're sort of like being the sort of, you're trying to be
alchemist.
Like,
yeah,
but
you're
also
a magician.
but like in my mind, I'm kind of like, if I could do this with trash, hopefully maybe somebody will also see me and want to do something with, like me being trash. They'll be like, someone will want to do.
Oh, you're passively manifesting.
Manifesting, like, right? If I can do this,
looking at you with worth.
yes,
right,
as trash.
Interesting.
Yeah, they want me as certified pre-owned trash.
Right, and turn you into the main event. Yeah. Maybe,
add some eggs.
Maybe someone you feed one day will be inspired by what you have done.
And turn me into a scramble. Just add some eggs.
So who do you usually cook for? Your family. So
family.
really your family's has to step up and start treating you like the certified pre-trash that you are. They need to step up. Your son every day eats from you and has nothing to say about your worth.
No, this bitch was constantly telling me jokes that he has learned in fucking Dilbert, and it's like, is this funny? I'm like, no, this is problematic 90s office culture humor. Like, shut up. What do you know about Excel? Like, shut up. He's always like, you know what? Yes. He's always talking about a fucking dog bird. I'm like, shut up.
I heard a really naughty joke that I would like to retell on this podcast.
Yes, please.
This is not my joke, by the way, and I would never say this on stage. But it's one of those like
Yet. Okay.
it's one of those like not dad jokes, but what are those like bathroom
Street jokes,
humor
yeah.
type- street jokes,
Yeah.
jokes, yeah. Okay, so let me get my setup. Why did the
prepares,
model? Yes. Why did the model have trouble walking?
I don't know.
Because her lips stick.
This is what you want.
Is that what you rather have your son tell you? Those kind of jokes? You're like, fuck the Dilbert bullshit. Give me some street jokes about whores and models.
Yeah, truly, like my dad, my son literally was telling me a dog bird joke about like what a radioactive dung beetle does to a person, and I was like, what? He said, gives them the urge to run for public office, and I was like, what? And then he repeated it again, and I was like, what? And then
Is it a very specific reference to something?
Yes.
To like a comic book or something?
To this comic strip of Dilbert. Like it only exists inside of this thing. And he's telling it to me like, isn't it hilarious? I was like, no. Like, what are you even talking about?
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Nobody gets it.
We have to get it first. Yeah.
No one's reading Dilbert, honey. Like what?
Check back in with us.
Yes. Like, I mean, you don't even know anybody that goes to an office. Like, you know, it's like so much of this humor is about fax machines. Shut up.
Your parents are gigging. Stop it.
We don't have corporate health insurance. Shut up.
I don't have fucking natural boundaries for my day.
I'm constantly creating them very poorly. Like, you know. Like, yeah, that is so. Wait, who told this?
I'm
to
glad
you?
that he's bad with jokes. I saw it somewhere. I think it was like TikTok or something. You know, like there's like people who like tell bad like naughty jokes to their grandmas and then see their reaction or something. It was like one of those.
Wait, how deep are you right now into TikTok? Like with all content and stuff that you're doing?
I'm nonstop talking.
Nonstop.
Yeah. It's just like I guess like like the bug finally hit me because I'm literally just TikToking anything. Like literally the other day I was like, oh, I'm going to Costco the day before Thanksgiving. This is going to be a fucking nightmare. I'm just like vining basically. And then people are like, yeah, that place is crazy. Blah. You know, like people are just like, and then I put up a video about like my dog and like how I'm like foster failing this dog. And everyone's like, oh my God, puppy dog. Like there's like a niche for everything. It's kind of crazy. Nothing has gone as viral as that other video, but like
for sure,
things are doing well enough where I'm like, this is turning into actual money.
Is it really?
Yeah, not like a crazy amount of money, but it's not like zero money.
Should I start doing this? Because I'm going to go do this hair thing tomorrow.
You're on TikTok.
But I don't post like that. I only
post. Just post like random shit. Like, truly. Like, I'm posting about housewives and people are like, yeah, we fucking hate Heather. You know what I mean? Like, people just need something to like fucking...
I really do not trust myself in this context.
With what? With what?
Like just the sort of like casual, like whatever, just because.
Casual talking?
Yeah. I just don't trust myself. Like I feel like I will. You know how one of the times you watched me do crowd work, you were like, you told me that like my disdain for them was very palpable. And so.
Yes.
That's why it wasn't working. So
you feel like you'll go in that direction with TikTok? No, I mean, I'm like, okay, again, very late Gen X, early millennial.
Yeah.
I'm learning that unlike the other social medias like Instagram or whatever, TikTok is like really great for not beautiful stuff. It's very Vine. You know, it's very
Yes.
like put it together and go just for the laugh or just for like some kind of like fandom, like Housewives. Like
Yeah.
my videos are not nowhere near like edited or anything like that. I'm just literally like putting up green screen of like Housewives and like commenting on it, and like I would do it with my friends anyway.
Right.
And that seems to like, or anything like puppies or whatever the fuck. Like it's just whatever like your kind of like niche thing is. Like people are there to like comment on it.
I mean, I think that we do need to really find God as a country again. You know what I mean? Like
You should start proselytizing on TikTok.
This like this lady who converted to Judaism. Like everyone needs to go become a Christian.
That's a fascinating journey. I bet people would love to hear about that.
I mean, I did think about talking because so for those of you who don't know, Peter knows this, but I'm going to go to like the head, like the scalp places,
Yeah.
like the Korean scalp place, and there is just a proliferation of this kind of like K beauty, like inside of America. The fact that it's coming to Chicago is just like such evidence of this, because there's not just one, there's like 3 or 4 of them.
Wow.
And
Scalp
now-
analysis. They do a whole thing.
Yes, they,
about,
like, do the-
how
yeah.
dry it is, what kind of shampoo you should be using, and how often. You're like, they give you like a whole like plan.
And it's like some of it is so like it's so Korean. The fact that they
Yeah.
show you the
The
actual
disgusting-
like the follicles of everything, because like that's so like
to shame you into
Yes.
acting right.
because like also Korean people love like seeing stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
that's the reason why when we like pick our ears, we all like to see the wax
look
that
at
you know
it.
what I mean. Like we
Yeah.
like it.
Or your
And-
butt. Yeah.
I mean, truly.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for that. You should definitely TikTok that and then like do it in parts, because I never seen someone do it. So like I want to see like someone go through the thing, you know?
Oh yeah, I mean like, and also mine's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be
Yeah.
crazy. Like I mean,
Ooh, exciting. It's going to be snowing early. No, I'm just kidding.
by which I mean doing cocaine. Like,
All right, guys, check in next week to see how the scalp massage or whatever is happening. And happy holidays. It's the winter season. It's Sagittarius season. So hug your Sagittarii. We love you. Talk to you next week. Bye.
That's right. Bye.